Yes, students. Today we will talk about the this is. Right? We talk about the word this is. In the previous video, we already have talked what is this is. What is this is? We already talked about what is this is. Right? So you know by now, you know very well what is this is. This is a state or is a condition of our body or a living body, but the body is not comfortable, is having some trouble. So how a person gets into this state? This is what are the causes? What are the causes of this disease? So a person's body falls into disease, and the causes may be, one is hereditary cause. One may be hereditary cause. Hereditary is that we inherit from our parents. You see, when the father dies in our family, the head of the family, the father is no more, but he leaves a house behind him. So who will own that house? In our country, that house which the father has constructed will be owned by his son. Right? And if we go and ask, hey, how you got this house? Then that person may say, I have constructed it, I have purchased it, or the person will say, I have inherited it from my parents. This is my parental house. My father has constructed this and I own this house from him, and he is no more. So, if we inherit or get a property after the demise of our parents, similarly, money aspects we get from our parents. You may have visited a maternity where newborns come to this world, the infants, and you may have seen the relatives holding the small baby, the newborn. They say, and see the nose is like the mother, the forehead is like the grandpa. You see, the lips are like that paternal aunt. Oh, see, the cheeks are like the sister. My God, so beautiful child. This way they explain. Why they compare this property? Because it's not they simply compare. It's the reality that these features that we get. Many times you may have visited your relative's house after so many years with your parents. And if your relative happen to see you after say 5 years, seeing you will say, oh, this is so and so's daughter, na? Oh, this is so and so's son. Ah, this is Radha's son. Am I right? How they guessed it? It's with your appearance. We get our appearance, our look from our parents. Not only our appearance, many of our habits also. The walking style, the grooming style, the color of the hair, the nose tip, the shape, the color of the skin, the type of hairs on the body, the chin, all body parts. Many features we inherit, we get from our parents. Is called. So similarly, as we get this feature, we get some of the causes of this is from our parents. Right? So some diseases are hereditary. We will talk about them. I will give you some idea, though this is not included in your syllabus, right? But for your to justify, to satisfy your thirst for knowledge, I will just tell you what is hereditary, and I will give some examples of some diseases. But that you are not required to read for prepare for your the last semester examination, right? So hereditary. So some of the diseases we get because we obtain it, we inherit it from our parents, and that brings us disease or disorder. The second reason for this is maybe faulty metabolism. Faulty metabolism means, faulty means that is not correct. Faulty means that is not correct, that is false. Faulty metabolism. Metabolism is the technical term we use in biology to say for the activities of the cell, and in the cell many of the actions and reactions go on every time. You may just say every time is, yes, every time is every time, even if you are asleep, even if you are not conscious, then also many activities keep going on inside our cells. Many of the cell organelles, they are functional. This functionality of these organelles is known as the metabolism. But you know, sometimes these organelles, because of one or the other reason, may not function normally, and they function abnormally, away from the normal functioning, and we call it faulty metabolism, right? And associated with faulty metabolism, one more aspect is the wrong lifestyle of faulty lifestyle. So these two aspects may be the reason for disease. What is the second? Faulty metabolism means when the cell organelles do not function normally. For example, with some errors, and we live a faulty lifestyle. Lifestyle is the way we live our life, right? The method of our ingestion, that is keeping the food in the mouth, the way we do our exercise, the amount of food and kind of food that we consume, our biorhythm, sleeping time, waking time, then walking, sitting posture. Many of our activities or the ways we live is called our lifestyle, right? Many people, they don't have any routine, and many people, they have a fixed routine. As you people have a fixed routine, you wake up in the morning, you just go for the hygiene, wash your eyes, mouth, brush your teeth, and then take bath, dress up and come to school. After the school you go, take your lunch, little rest, snacks, study, finish. You go to bed. Again the same thing repeats. Is your lifestyle. So sometimes people have faulty lifestyle. For instance, there is a baby, there is a child of your class, your peer, your friend, studying with you, but he is fond of chips, the potato chips that are spicy. Spicy uncle chips. You have heard of uncle chips? chips, uncle chips and auntie chips. So uncle chips is very spicy, fried in fat medium, the oils. The oils may not be of good standard, good quality that are fit for your body, and that child being fond of those chips consumes lot of chips. Every time goes on eating chips, uncle chips, the fried spicy chips. So this is a wrong habit, faulty lifestyle, and that child may suffer from one or the other disease. See, person on the dining table is always in hurry, and just takes lot of food, puts into mouth and pushes into the alimentary canal in no time, and boasts of eating fast. Oh, I have completed my food in no time. I am so active person for my work and duty. No, that is a wrong lifestyle. That is a faulty lifestyle. While eating, you should not be in hurry. Not only while eating, while doing anything, you should not be in hurry. You should have a specified time and try to finish that work in that specified time, that prescribed time. That is important. Right. So, second reason for bringing disease to the human body is the faulty metabolism or faulty lifestyle. And the third thing that brings the disease is malnutrition. Malnutrition is insufficient consumption of required of nutrients. Right? Suppose your body needs 10 gram of proteins a day and you consume only 5 grams of proteins. It's this amount I am talking just for the sake of your understanding. Don't take it to your standards of these nutrients, right? I'm just talking so that you can understand what I want to say. So your body suppose needs 10 gram of proteins a day and you consume only 8 grams of proteins a day. You are deficient by 2. 10 minus 8, 2 grams. Every day you are consuming 2 grams of less protein, and that may lead to a condition. This condition is. There is a baby, there is a peer in your class, a friend from your class, a classmate who only eats bread coated with jam and 2 slices he consumes. In the morning also, substituting the lunch, eats only that bread and jam. In the night also. So you see, that child may suffer from this disease because of lack of nutrient. Bread and jam will give him only the carbohydrate, the sugars, but no proteins, no vitamins. We'll have no proteins and vitamins if that is the lifestyle, that is the eating style. Right? And we'll have disease. Be sure we'll have disease because of this reason. That is malnutrition, faulty or deficient nutrition. There is not consuming the required amount of nutrients that are required for the body. And the last reason, fourth reason is that when do we have the disease? The reason is invasion of microbes. What kind of microbes? The pathogens. Or what is the other name for pathogen? Germs. We follow? You see, every day in the news you used to hear that our forces are intact and some terrorists infiltrate our country. The foreigners enter into our country illegally, right, and cause us trouble. Similarly, our body is protected. Our body organs and parts are protected by this skin. Skin is a packing, is a cover. As you cover your copy, the notebooks you cover, you see you have covered your notebook, right? So, similarly, our full body is packed and covered with this skin, right? Even then, sometimes the germs, they enter our body. You may say, sir, how? It is because sometimes we may have a cut, or sometimes carelessly injection, or sometimes tearing of skin due to an injury or an accident. You can say, sir, okay, all everywhere it is packed, but we have this mouth is opening, nostrils is opening, ear is the opening, eyes are exposed outside. Yes, germs may enter through your mouth, through your nostrils, through your eyes, through your ears also, right? So, though we don't have other openings, only the cut or wound may support the entry of germs, but the germs may enter into our body, right? So, these are the 4 reasons why a human body gets into or falls into disease condition, right? Or discomfort or troubled state. Clear? And not healthy condition. I have told you, first is hereditary. I will talk little about hereditary. And suppose somebody is having a disease because of hereditary state, we call it hereditary diseases. Hereditary disease, right? Here I will take you the example of one of the hereditary disease, say called sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is name of a disease that is inherited from the parents. Now you say, do you know the meaning of this word sickle? A very common tool in our houses. My mother uses this. I will just draw this. Have you seen this? And there is another kind. We famously use this. Have you seen these 2 tools? Sickle. This is sickle. The name we use this word because in this disease, the RBC, the red blood cells, which are mainly responsible to transport oxygen from the lungs to the cells for respiration. You know, our RBCs, they are ball-like shaped like a ball, spherical. What is the shape of RBC? Spherical. But their shape in this disease, the shape of RBC takes the shape of the sickle. This RBC shaped like a crescent moon, like this. This spherical RBC changes or takes the shape of a sickle, like this. Sickle. right? And it looks similar to a crescent moon. Now you compare these two. You see this space and this space. Which one is bigger? If I write this is 1, this is 2, and ask which one is a bigger space? Obviously your answer will be the first one is having bigger space and this one is smaller because it has taken the shape of a circular crescent. And because of this shape, the oxygen transporting ability of this RBC reduces. You will better understand. Suppose you have to transport 100 bags of sugar from say place A to place B. If you are using a truck, you can simply load all these 100 bags and can transport. But if you are transporting this using say your bike or your friend, and you can keep 1 or 2 bags at a time, you have to go to that place and come back again. So this carrying capacity with bike reduces. Less amount of sugar can be transported in that. Similarly, when this RBCs, this sick person who is having sickle cell anemia, that person's parent, say father, was not having spherical RBC, was having sickle cell RBC, and that newborn or the son or the daughter inherited that sickle cell RBCs from the parent. What the father was having has transferred that to the offspring, the baby or the child in the next generation. So that person was also sick because of this disease, and the next generation the child also is sick because of this sickle cell RBCs. So carrying capacity of oxygen reduces here, and the person is always in trouble, or at a certain stage the person may lose the life. So this is not a curable disease. This cannot be cured. This can be, the person can be fit, can manage the life only in a disciplined lifestyle. Right? The person will not be healthy for the lifetime, but can live the life with a very preventive lifestyle. Should not stress on the need of oxygen for the body cells. Right? So this is one I have told you. So many are there, hemophilia, and so many are there. We will not have this in your syllabus. So for your idea. So hereditary diseases are such body deformities that we inherit from our parents, and these are not curable. These cannot be cured, and the person will have to live the life along with this problem, and can live the life if very suitable, a very sincere, or you can say very good lifestyle will have to follow to live comfortably. And another important aspect of these hereditary diseases is that they are not curable. They cannot be cured. They cannot be overcome. The person will never become healthy. Right? Always will have this sickness. This is clear. So these hereditary diseases are the diseases that we inherit from our parents, and they are not curable. Person will have to live with that disease. Right? This is one aspect about the hereditary. So many are there, but we will, as this is not included in your syllabus, for your sake of your idea, I have given this. Now, second kind that brings the disease. The second kind, what is the second kind? Faulty metabolism. Faulty metabolism means our cells, they will have to work over hours or over time, or they are stressed. For example, you see, suppose there is a person A who always consumes fatty food. Fatty food. Fatty food is the food rich in fat, that ghee, that butter, animal fat, plant fat, all fats are there. And what happens if the person consumes this fatty food? When this fatty food goes into our alimentary canal, the liver secretes bile, an enzyme, digestive juice that converts fats into absorbable form, that is known as emulsification of fat. In digestive system we have it. So this fat gets emulsified and turned into absorbable form. But suppose in liver secretes 1 milliliter of bile, and this 1 milliliter can convert 10 grams into absorbable form, but that person is consuming 100 grams. Will this liver able to emulsify all these 100 grams? No, because the ability of this liver is to emulsify only 10 grams, but the person is consuming 100 grams. So liver will be stressed, and this 90 grams will not be digested, will go as they are, will be moved further into our body cells, into our blood, and this may lead to the disease here. Thus liver may be troubled, will have liver diseases, hepatitis, then jaundice. These are common diseases in our body. And whereas this 90% that is not in the absorbable form, that cannot be assimilated in our body, that these 90 grams of fat will cause other diseases, hypertension, blood pressure, may lead to diabetes, that what is commonly known as sugar disease, or may lead to obesity. Bulky, becomes bulky, body weight increases, as this fat gets deposited, so body becomes bulky. Because of increased weight, the joints at the knee, at the pelvis are in trouble. Then again joint problem. So hypertension, that is blood pressure, diabetes, sugar, joint pain, jaundice, hepatitis, these type of diseases, and at the last failure of kidneys. This is all because of consuming inappropriate amount of a particular kind of food. Right? So some of the diseases in our body are caused because of faulty lifestyle that leads to faulty metabolism. Our cells cannot perform properly and they lead to diseases. Right? And some of these metabolic diseases I have just talked: diabetes mellitus, then hypertension, increased blood pressure, then jaundice, hepatitis, kidney failure, right? Then joint troubles. These are the diseases that are because of faulty lifestyle or faulty metabolism. Now what about curing or overcoming of these diseases? Can the person be turned into a healthy person? Yes. How? Very simple. Change the lifestyle, commit a disciplined lifestyle, regulated lifestyle. If your body needs 10 grams of fat, you must consult a nutritionist, and according to your lifestyle, daily activity, the nutritionist will decide how much or what amount of fat you need to consume, and you need to consume that much. If your body needs 10 gram, you are consuming 10 gram, you are well-being, healthy, no problem, and you become normal, right? But once this intensifies, goes severe, then we have to that level it is to be restored. But it can be cured. This disease is called metabolic disease, and this can be cured or overcome by changing our lifestyle with a disciplined lifestyle. Is that clear to all of you? Now we will come to the third one. The third cause of disease is malnutrition. The malnutrition is the unavailability of nutrients for our body. This is nutritional. This is also called as nutritional deficiency diseases. Right? The third one I am talking now. The third one, that is malnutrition or nutritional deficiency diseases. Nutritional deficiency diseases. Here what happens? The human body is not getting sufficient amount of nutrients. Do you follow? Is not getting sufficient amount of nutrients what is required. Suppose